Hello everyone, and welcome to the brand new Parkitect Christmas special for 2020. This is a new park I'm working on. It's going to be a two-part series called Snowflake Summit, working in a sandbox park that I've already edited in Scenario Editor to make the nice sort of snowy mountainous terrain. The idea for this park was just a nice little Christmas village up in the hills somewhere, with a wooden coaster and a train running through it. Lots of Christmas decorations, lots of nice theming, lots of nice villagey type buildings with loads of snow on them and all that type of thing. So the first thing I get working on is the wooden coaster. In real life it would probably be a GCI or something like that. Just with this, it's very terrain conforming with the layout that I've gone for here, so it sticks to the ground a lot of helixes going around the hills, and yeah, not super intense, but just a nice scenic layout which makes its way around the mountains here. I also have a section with a sort of bridge that goes straight across the middle of the village, so I spend quite a bit of time trying to incorporate the theming of the village around the sort of coaster going through the middle of it, which seemed to work out quite well. In this episode I finished working on one half of the village, which is the sort of main area with the coaster station and the train station and a couple of other bits. In the next one I'll be building a more sort of suburban area of the village, I guess. Doesn't really make sense in a village, does it? But I'm going to be building more houses and stuff like that. It's going to be just like a little collection of houses really where people live, obviously, and then we're going to build some sort of more rural type wooden huts and stuff going up the hill. I guess this could be like a Swiss sort of town or something like that, go for that sort of architecture, anywhere in Europe really, but it's more of a fantasy style build rather than going for realism here. Just a sort of nice snowy Christmassy village that you picture seeing in films or on TV, I suppose. Because in real life, well, I suppose quite a lot of places have snow at Christmas, but here in the UK we rarely get it at Christmas. It seems to come sort of January, February, when it's miserable and you've got to get to work. Well, I don't think I've ever seen a white Christmas as a kid. But now I live right down in the south of England anyway, so we'd rarely get snow anyway in the winter. But yeah, this, like I say, this is a nice fantasy build, so anything goes really. It's just a case of making things look nice. For the coaster station then, quite a generic building, with a nice sort of big spire on it to draw attention into it. I added Christmas decorations to this, so we did like a wreath, is that the right word, wreath? I think so. And some sort of green bits with the red baubles on and stuff like that. And then we put in first actually the Christmas lights, and the first attempt I had at doing the lights was a disaster, because I basically placed this bright spear. I can't remember what it's from, but it's one of the mods. On a side note, actually, I was going to try and do this as a no mods at all build, but I just couldn't find anything to use as Christmas lights that would go on the buildings, so it just didn't really work out. Obviously we've got the nice string lights that we can put around the town, but I wanted lights on the building itself, on the buildings themselves rather. So I use, it's a spear. There's bright spear or regular spear. I use the bright ones and place them all round as Christmas lights. Then I put it into night mode. Literally, you'll see it in a minute in the time lapse. It literally just shines light everywhere. You can't see anything, so I had to take them out, and then what I used instead was the beach balls from the Resort Effect mod, just to look like lighting, just to look like little fairy lights. And then every sort of 4 or 5 light I'd put one of the spears in, so it's an actual light. So you put it to night mode and then the lighting looks a bit better. I mean, it's not ideal because it's not, everyone doesn't light up, but you can see the idea that it's going for, and it's the right amount of lighting rather than too much, which it would have been with all of them, even just the regular ones, not the bright ones. Putting a bit of snow on the roof as well, then just fake snow using shapes, obviously, just to give it that feel. You know, you don't really want to do white roofs because it would just look too much, so I prefer doing brown roofs and then adding a bit of fake snow on the top, which is sort of what you'd see in a theme park anyway. Not that this is really a sort of theme park idea, it's more, I don't know, more I guess just a village that happens to have a big wooden coaster going through the middle of it. Like I say, it's not very realistic, but it's all just for fun. Although I do add a transfer track onto this coaster, so it could be a real coaster. I was thinking about several different ideas for the layout, and obviously this is the one that we went for in the end. Just works really nicely with this theme, and then I can stick a few more things up the mountain later on when we do the second part of this build, which should be coming out next week, hopefully. Well, it will be coming out next week. I will make sure it gets put up before Christmas, before the family arrives and before I'm preoccupied with everything else. So yeah, hopefully that all comes together nicely. So far I'm really happy with how it's come together. Like I say, the main part of the village is in place. This is my favourite building, the coaster station. I almost feel like we're taking things back to basics a bit with the building style here, the sort of thing that I used to do in the scenario editors, but you know, scenario in the campaign level, sorry, but with a bit more of my updated skill that I've sort of acquired in the last year. So yeah, it looks pretty good, but it's quite classic sort of generic theming that I used to do. And like I say, I'm still trying to not use mods where possible. So really, you're only going to see a few mods in this. Most of the things are done by in-game pieces. Some of the decorations here are mods as well, just using like the bones to do the little bits of baubles or holly or whatever it is on the reef there. We do a similar thing with a Christmas tree in a minute as well, which goes just in front of this building. Unfortunately, looking back at it, the Christmas tree is a bit lopsided, but we're just going to have to keep it like that for the time being. Other than that, really, on this one, just working on the station, carousel, and the bridge for the track, and then I do a couple of little Christmas market stalls at the end as well. I didn't want to do a big Christmas market in this one. I did that in the one I did last year. We just wanted some little detailed stalls, so they go in at the end as well. And that is pretty much it from me for this build, so I'm going to leave you with some nice festive music to get you in the Christmas spirit. I hope you really enjoy this episode. Obviously we'll have some cinematic shots at the end as well, and then in the next episode we will complete the build and I'll pop it up on the workshop for you. So thank you very much for watching, enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.